Dear poor people.
Journey. I found that through the process, divorce isn't a place where we arrive. It's entering a new chapter of life with many nuances and no one-size-fits-all handbook. One moment you're relieved, feeling like you've conquered something significant. Then suddenly, waves of emotions hit you all over again. It's a side of divorce that isn't often discussed, especially when there are kids involved. You strive to be a role model, teaching them resilience and self-care. You try different things to soothe and release emotional buildup with exercise, journaling your thoughts, meditation, and seeking therapy to cope with the breakup and the dreams you had for the future. It may sound cliche, but time truly does have a way of soothing pain. Someday, I believe I'll be able to look back on this time with nothing but warmth and gratitude for the beautiful children brought into my life and the stronger version of myself that emerged from the experience.
Okay, no. Absolutely not. Agreed. Divorce is not a place you arrive. It is not a happenstance. Divorce is a decision. You have made a choice. You chose to upend your family. Do you all remember about a year ago when Tia did that interview? And in the interview, she said that she felt that divorce was her graduation, that she had graduated from her marriage. She'd been promoted from marriage through divorce into singlehood. So she's graduated from divorce. Now, a year later, this life without her husband and life as a divorcee is now, I guess, supposedly her postgraduate work. And now we're getting a chance to see what her postgraduate work consists of. And in the end, it's all foolishness because what we're figuring out is that Tia doesn't have any idea what a marriage is, which is why she is trying to find a way to make her divorce meaningful and find a way to celebrate it. And she's having a difficult time doing that because you can't do that because divorce is not really anything to celebrate. But what she just told you is that what she's hoping to find is that at the end of this postgraduate work, and since her promotion from married to single, that she is going to emerge as a stronger person and be more appreciative of her life and the kids and of herself. So let her go and try and convince us of this great postgraduate experience that she's having.
For anyone who is going through this, I would love to hear your experience. Share your story because there's power in dialogue. As women, we take our power back by sharing our stories and bringing any deep shame we hold from this experience into the light. I love you guys. Tia.
Okay. All right. So she has upended her family and she is looking desperately, it feels to me, like a way to celebrate that. Now, let me tell you why this is an absolute tragedy. And it is a tragedy. And while I am happy she's trying to find some way to cope, I am very sad that I feel like the way she is finding a way to cope is that she's become delusional. First of all, you are trying to teach your kids self care. Kids don't need self care, they need their parents to care for them. And through the act of their parents caring for them is how they learn how to care for themselves when their parents care for them properly. However, I don't think Tia is caring for her children properly. And the reason I don't think she is because I don't think she understands what a job of a parent is. The job of a parent is to actually understand, which they do innately. They're built to, they're made to, because they made the children, to understand the biological equipment that their children have. And what they are supposed to do is allow their children to watch them successfully confront the environment with that unique set of equipment. So you have to think about it like this. Think about baking a cake. So if you bake a cake, what does a cake have? Cake has flour, cake has oil, cake has water, some kind of milk, some kind of liquid, has sugar, might have vanilla, some level of flavor. That's a basic cake. So what is the cake? The ingredients, the batter, all of that, you mix it up. What is that? The batter. What is the batter? The batter is your children. Okay. What happens to the cake? Is it a cake? No, it's not a cake. It's batter. When does it become cake? How does it become cake? It becomes cake by what? The heat of the oven. When it confronts the hot environment, that hot environment works on the chemicals, the chemistry, the biology, the makeup of the cake, and goes through a period of transition and transitions that cake from batter into something that we later pull out of the oven that is delicious, that is risen, that is fluffy, that is warm, and that has become a cake. So, this batter, that which has been mixed together, has to go through a transition period where it has to confront some opposition. That opposition is the environment. In this case, the environment is the oven. And that oven turns it into what it is to become. It turns it into its makeup. It creates for its future. And the job of the parent is to guide the child through that process. And how the most important way they guide the child through that process is letting your children see you do it. And they can see somebody who has their chemistry and their biology and their gifts and their challenge successfully beat that oven and become what they're supposed to be. However, Tia has removed half of the people who are the person who is supposed to be involved in that transition process from the home. And from the other half that's in the home, which is her, she's too busy trying to emerge strong to be able to do any of that. So I just feel like she's desperately looking once again for something outside of her. I said this in another video. Tia is not going to get, and I have no dislike for Tia. I really don't. Love her sister, in fact, but have no personal dislike for Tia. Unfortunately, because Tia is determined to have all of us participate in this process with her. And I can tell you, I am very willing. There's no one more willing than me to go through this with her. She is unfortunately making herself a test case of bad decisions and poor choices, which I wrote about in my book, which absolutely make people poor. And as I said, if you do it right, you can establish a life of poverty and misery for generations to come, which we can see now. She is doing. God bless poor Korean Cairo, because she is absolutely providing that for them. Hopefully, there'll be some intervention for them later on, and good luck to them. And certainly, we wish everyone's children the best. And we hope no child has to suffer the folly and foolishness of their parents, but we all know that we do. There is no way out of that. We can learn from it, we can grow from it, but you will suffer. You will gain from their great choices and gifts and attributes, and you will suffer from their folly. Such is the way of life. Hey, I say, like Tupac, don't blame me. I was given this world, I didn't make it. So, anyways, thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Join me again. Have some interesting news on Tia. I recently heard, just breaking, she is going to be doing a post divorce reality show. I am here for it. Don't worry, you don't have to watch. I will. I will, and I will bring the news to you. So I can't wait to see you all again. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and see you again next time. Bye bye.